Today, I'm on the bank of the Hiwassee River, a few miles outside of Reliance, Tennessee. I'm going to hike further up the river, stop down here to shoot this video, and to eat some lunch, you know. Packed my lunch today because I didn't feel like having to leave halfway through the day and get something to eat. Will we make it? This is a very good question. I have heard that the good doctor, Dr. William Luther Pierce, on his deathbed, shortly before he passed away, I have heard it said that he wondered aloud whether or not his people had the discipline to do the things required to survive. And this is a very, very good question. And honestly, I don't know if we do, to tell you the truth. And I will explain why. Now, I really don't know if we are disciplined enough. You know, I make videos here, but lately I've wrestled with the question of, does it do any good? You know, does it? I don't know if it does. I've wrestled and I've thought about this a lot here the last couple of weeks. And I will probably keep making videos because it's something that I enjoy doing, but I really don't know if it makes a difference, to tell you the truth. We are soft nowadays. On my channel, I've made videos complaining and bitching about a lot of things. And that's normal. Everybody complains or bitches sometimes. In fact, right now I'm complaining about bitching and complaining, to tell you the truth. Because what good does it do? What good does it do? Really? I don't think it does much good. Because a lot of the things that we bitch about and complain about, I'm guilty of it too. A lot of them we really have no control over. I mean, we're governed by entities that don't have our interests, they don't have our concerns, and they dislike us, you know? You see it. We vote for politicians, and it seems like left or right. They don't represent us. And this is just all across the world, to tell you the truth. It's here in America, and it is here, it's over in Europe, and it's in Australia, New Zealand, all these, South Africa, all these other nations, our indigenous homelands and the nations that we built. They don't represent the people that did this. They don't represent the natives, and they don't represent the people that built these nations. Now, one disturbing trend that I have noticed and I've read about over the last few months is how my great state of Tennessee, it is one of the fastest growing states in the Union right now. A lot of people are fleeing California, New York, all these other leftist shitholes. They're fleeing the mess that they created. And it's very disturbing to me. The population here is growing. Now, and it's distressing on several levels. You see, there's, even in the town we live in, Ottawa is the name of it, you can see how much it has grown just in the 2 years that we have lived down here. Since me and Miranda moved from the northeast corner of Tennessee down here, you can see the urban sprawl, which I wouldn't classify Ooltewah as urban, but there is more businesses moving in. There's subdivisions being developed. Even in the neighborhood that we moved into a few months ago, just in the last month, there is 2 different families from California who have moved here, and I've heard other neighbors, just in speaking to them briefly, they said that they wanted to get away from there. Now, I can't fault these people for wanting to get away. You know, it's a real it's amazing what's happened to those states. But the problem I have is if they continue to vote, and I've often said before, I'm not sure that voting even really matters, but if they uphold the values and the ideas and the beliefs that they are fleeing from, that their contributions to helped make their home states so shitty, if they continue to do that, I just wish they would stay the fuck out. Stay away. Now, if you are like-minded and such, there's room here, you know, but here I am complaining about it. What can I do about it? There's nothing I can do about it. And if I were to do something about it, I would most likely end up in prison. You know, the whole system's rigged. Which is why I think that it's really pointless to complain and bitch all the time. Because honestly, there's very little that we can do. There's very little that we actually control. And each year it becomes less and less. But there is one thing that you can control. And that is yourself. Now, it all goes back to what the good doctor wondered aloud before he passed away. Will we be disciplined enough to do the things that are required? Will we be hard enough? Will we be smart enough? Will we have what it takes? And that is what you can control. That's it. Now, am I the most disciplined? Am I the biggest, the baddest, the smartest, the toughest? No, I certainly am not. But I realize, looking back at my life, that I have always been just enough of these things to get by. Just enough. Now, we need to be more disciplined. We need to be less selfish. We need to be hard, like our ancestors were. We need to not be lazy. We need to not be fearful. Now, the only person that can make you better is you yourself. Am I where I need to be? No. I realize this. But I can work to get there. There are things about myself that I can improve. For instance, let's see, I'm not in as good of shape as I should be in, you know? I'm in fairly good shape. I stay in shape because of my job. But I haven't really lifted weights or worked out the last several months, basically since this whole pandemic started. And I smoke cigarettes, unfortunately. I have for several years. And I need to quit that. You know, I'm cutting back on it, but I need to quit. and I will. It may take a little time, but I will. Because, and I have no doubts that I will, because honestly I've quit a lot harder drugs in my past. It's all about improving yourself. Learn things, read, learn skills, learn what it takes to survive. This is the only thing that you can control. Don't be greedy. Don't be selfish. Don't be caught up in consumerism. Don't be so greedy and brainwashed and stupid to think that the only things in life is to consume. Don't be so selfish that you never wish to have children, because that's how we will win. But that is only half of the battle now. Once you have the child, you have to raise them well. You have to love them, you have to protect them, you have to take care of them, because they are your responsibility. Damn that. But anyway, this is the only thing that we control. Now I know sometimes I've thought, I wish there was some political party or entity that had our true interests at heart. But I'm not holding my breath for such a thing, because it's all rigged. And this is a topic for a future video. I'm going to talk about, Western civilization. And I've said this before. Civilization is a double-edged sword, I think. I personally am not the biggest fan of it, to tell you the truth. I care about our culture more, our European culture, because that's where it's derived from. I care more about our race and our culture than civilization, because if you look at it, civilization in a lot of ways, it's domesticated man. It's made us soft, it's made us weak, it's made us dependent upon things. So I don't know if saving Western civilization is such a good cause, because the way I see it, sometime in the future, I don't know if it'll be in my lifetime. I don't know when it will happen, but I foresee that there is going to be a great culling. There is going to be a bottleneck that we're going to come up against. I don't know if it's going to be a man-made disaster. I don't know if it's going to be a great war, a pandemic, or a plandemic, or whatever. I'm not really sure, and I'm not going to waste my time dwelling on it. All I can do is try to prepare in case this sort of thing happens. And that is once again how you are the only one that can do these things. Now, I am not independent of civilization. Certainly not. I depend upon the system, and it's depressing. We all do to some degree. But there are small things that you can do to depend less upon this system which enslaves us all. You can provide things for yourself, you can provide things for your family or your friends. You can rely less on the fiat currency that we use. There's things. Just think about it. There are ways that you can help break the system, and I think this is the real solution. The real solution, like I've said before, I'm not sure if there's a political solution. I don't think there is. There was, but we all know what happened many decades ago to that solution. There are things that you can do to starve the beast. Sure, this beast provides for us, but it enslaves us all. So will we make it? I don't know. I hope so. I truly do. But there is little sense in worrying about what's to come. There's little sense in that. But there is sense in preparing for what's coming. Thank y'all for watching. Bye-bye.